Bam. My peoples. My peoples. Happy Monday, y'all. Yeah. Y'all ready for this smoke? Y'all know what we do, man. We're gonna talk boxing. We're gonna enjoy the show. Some big fights that we want to see that can happen. We want them to happen. Are they gonna happen? Let's talk about it, man. What do the fans have to say about these fights? Hold on, man. I'm over here setting up shop. Getting ready to give you guys this action, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, my peoples. So, Jerome Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. That's a fight we want to see. Of course, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. That's a fight we want to see. We got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about it, my people. Big fights. And what do we like more than big fights? So, yeah, my peoples. We have to talk about these fights. And, of course, hope that we can get them. You know how it be in boxing, man. One day you think a fight is going to happen. The next day they're like, nope, we not fighting. Beautiful Monday morning. So good morning to everybody. Enjoy your breakfast if you haven't breakfast. I know some people tune in when they're on their way to work. Some people having breakfast. Some people just woke up. I know what it is, man. 7 in the morning and whatnot. John Parham. Good morning, my brother. Salute. Bam. You know what it is, man. Today we have to talk about the whole Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, going back and forth and whatnot. Same situation with, I gotta say, I honestly, you remember, John, that I was talking to Rick about Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, and he says that's a fight that could happen. I feel like that fight could happen, man. I just had somebody right now telling me, oh, that fight cannot happen because they're not in the same weight class and Shakur will not move up. I don't know why. Why would someone say that? But I honestly feel like that fight could happen. Hold on one second. I honestly feel, there's already been tension between the two sides. We've already seen, little back and forth in the past. So I don't know, man. I think that fight, it could happen, man. And it's like we've already seen Teofimo with Lomachenko. We saw Teofimo, with Josh Taylor. We seen Teofimo Lopez in some fights that we're like, yeah. And Shakur Stevenson, I mean, I'm good with the opponents that Shakur has faced because I know they're all very good, high-level opponents. But I know that the haters, they're not going to take that. The haters, they're like, nah, it has to be a star. It has to be a name. So Teofimo Lopez would be that name for Shakur Stevenson to finally step in and say, okay, look, this is a star right here. Y'all going to now start discrediting Teo if I beat him? Y'all going to say that he's not all that he's a hype job? What you usually do when a fighter you don't like beats somebody. John Parham, Shakur told him to make it happen. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like there's a certain level of pressure on Teofimo Lopez. You know why? Because he was going to fight with Boots. That fell through. Then he was talking to Devin. That fell through. So we already have these expectations like, yo, you was about to fight some big dogs. You was about to fight. So he can't come now and fight some European guy that we never heard of. Oh yeah, he got a good record, but we never really heard him. Nah, you can't. You know, that would be a huge drop off for him to do that. So and of course, people are gonna be disappointed. I'm personally gonna be disappointed. I'm not even gonna talk about people. Me. I'm gonna be disappointed. So for Teofimo Lopez, you know, the options, you know, that may be available, I don't think are that many. It's not that many names out there that are just available for you to say, okay, let's fight next. Shakur Stevenson is available. Yeah, both available right now. So that's all I'm saying, man. I'm optimistic when it comes to that fight. And check this out. Check this out. Jerome Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz. You know that fight fell through, right? Okay, Boots declined the offer, says that he wants two tune-ups. But I seen someone telling Oscar De La Hoya that according to Eddie Hearn, they're gonna agree that Boots will fight Virgil Ortiz no later than February of next year. No later than February of next year. So I don't know if they're gonna get one. We're already in August. I'm guessing maybe they are gonna get those two tune-ups in, because if he's gonna fight in February, he could still fight between now and then twice. You know, it wouldn't be that much turnaround time, but he can do it. No later than February, so also it can happen before. And when he said that to Oscar De La Hoya, that as per Eddie Hearn, Boots and Virgil will fight no later than February of next year. Oscar De La Hoya, he didn't say they're gonna fight on that day, but he said they're definitely gonna fight. They're definitely gonna fight. It's a big fight. He said that Boots is a special fighter. He got a lot of respect for Boots. He, you know, all the things that he does inside the ring. But once Virgil is in front of you and there's nowhere to go, it's gonna be a problem. So, and I respect De La Hoya's take, because number one, Virgil is a special fighter, but number two, that's his guy. Of course, he's gonna say that. It's not like he's gonna say, well, you know, Boots, he'll probably beat Virgil, or he can beat him. No, he's gonna say Virgil's gonna whoop him. That's gonna be a good fight, man. Jerome Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz at 154. And you know what? With Boots getting those two tune-ups, there's a possibility that Virgil may fight for a title by the time he gets to Boots. And it could be then kind of like what I told you, a championship fight. Not kind of, what I told you guys. Somebody challenging for a title. Because I said it, Virgil Ortiz and Jerome Boots Ennis, they're both special fighters, my peoples. You know, number one, it wouldn't make any sense for them to fight a 10-rounder, right? I think we could agree on that. And number two, a title eliminator, when these are guys that both have the potential to be superstars, that just doesn't make sense. To me, that didn't make sense. So even before an offer was made to Boots and he declined it, before that happened, I actually posted a video about it. And I said, to me, this fight right now, it doesn't make sense. When His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh first announced it, I was like, to me, it doesn't make sense. And I know a lot of people was excited about it. A lot of people was like, yo, we're going to get this fight. We're going to get this. I was like, yo, to me, it doesn't make no sense. These guys are potential superstars. They don't have to marinate the fight for years and years. Why? Because both of them are ready to fight for a title. And both of them are ready to win a title. So, wait. Let somebody grab a title and make it a big, big fight. So, I think with Boots, and look, I didn't even like the idea of Jerome Boots Ennis fighting two tune-ups. I felt like, bro, you a big dude. Boots is big. So I didn't like the idea of a tune-up. And I know he be sparring with big dudes too. But that's the route that they chose to take. Let's see who those tune-ups are going to be. Because that division right now, man, that division is hot. I want to see who is going to unify titles with Bakhram Mortazaliev. Who is going to unify titles with that guy? Is it gonna be, you know, Xander Sayas? Is it gonna be Fedora? We know Crawford is not gonna go back down to 154, so it's not gonna be Crawford. But I'm interested in seeing my peoples because, yo, Bakhram, he can fight, y'all. He can fight. We saw the way the pummeling session, the battering session that he gave Tim Tszyu. That was bad, bro. That was bad. It was just devastating blow after devastating blow upon Tim Tszyu. So, in fact, I'm gonna tell you guys like this. I think after that beating that he gave Tim Tszyu, his stock did go up because we got to know him, and anybody who watched that respect him. Like, whoa, this guy can fight. A background more. Look at this. Think about it. That name is a name that you would never hear in my country. You would never hear in my language. So it's a very different name from what I'm used to. Yeah, I one fight and I know his name. Bakhram Mortazaliev. One fight and I know his name. So his stock is up. The only thing that do people want to fight him after that? That's the question. Do people want to fight Bakhram Mortazaliev? Tough, my people. I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing who's gonna step up to the plate. Is he gonna have to just defend his title versus guys, from his sanctioning bodies, or make whatever fights he can? But is he gonna be the type of fighter that people don't want to fight? That we'll see other champions not getting in the ring with. Come on, man. Come on, my peoples. Bakhram Mortazaliev is a fighter who obviously he's not a big star. But the moment I saw him fighting Tim Tszyu and pummeling him that way, I already knew. This dude, he's a dark horse in the division. And not anymore. He's a world champion. That's it. He's already out there. He's not a secret no more. We know what he do in the ring. As a matter of fact, if we look at the fight with Fedora, both fights that Tim Tszyu lost, and we look at the loss to Bakhram, that was the worst beating he's ever taken. He lost twice to Fedora. Tim Tszyu took the beating of a lifetime versus Bakhram Mortazaliev because he was absolutely dominated. The Drake, the Swiss, and the Apple beats all at once right there in that ring. So anybody who thinks Bakhram Mortazaliev is he some dude, nah. This guy is a legitimate world champion, and he's gonna be a threat to everybody in the division. I'm not telling you that he beats everybody. I'm not saying that. But right now, I'm telling you, there is nobody that's gonna make easy work of him or beat him up. Nah. This dude is for real. But if my peoples, Virgil Ortiz and Jerome Boost Ennis fight, that's the magic question. And I'm gonna get my receipt. I always get, and everybody who made Canelo Alvarez and Buck Crawford prediction, the videos are up, the receipts are up. So make your prediction, but make it at your own risk. You can't take it back. Cannot take it back, my peoples. That's all I'm saying. So here we go, my peoples. Make your predictions. If Jerome Boost Ennis and Virgil Ortiz are able to make that fight happen by or before February of next year at the 154 division, who wins that fight, my peoples? J. Will, what's the deal, my G? Bam. John Parham, JJ, salute. JJ's in the house. Good morning, Jay Smith. I'm here. Let's go, everyone. Hit the like button as you enter. You. John Parham, Ortiz for me. Whoa. Whoa. How do you have it? How do you have it playing out, John Parham? Do you have it? Is it a knockout? Does it go the distance? How does it play out? JJ's in the house. I have Virgil. Whoa, we got 2 for Virgil Ortiz. Nobody for Jerome Boots Ennis. John Parham, Virgil in 11. Here we go, my peoples. Virgil Ortiz is getting the stoppage according to John Parham. The brutal stoppage. So you're telling me, John Parham, we're going to see a devastating blow, ladies and gentlemen. That was a devastating blow. Or is the referee going to have to step in and save him? What are you talking about, the 11th round? Is it one of those shots? Is he going to sleep? Or is, the corner throwing in the towel? They got to get hurt too badly. What are we talking about? JJ's in there has Virgil by 9, fireworks. John Parham stoppage. Whoa. But is it a sleep stoppage or a referee stoppage? That's what I want to know. Are you saying that Boots is gonna get slapped? Is he gonna be counting sheep? Let me know what's going on with Jerome Boots Ennis for that fight. Is this why he want a tune-up? John Parham, no, ref will step in. Whoa. So he's just gonna be taking a beating from Virgil? Oh, he's taking, whoa. So it's not gonna be devastating blow, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be more like, oh, the humanity. It's gonna be that type of fight? Damn, bro. Andia, tail whoops Boots any day. Listen, Jerome Boots Ennis versus Virgil Ortiz. That's a fight that we've been talking about for a few years. And it looks like it's around the corner, man. I know they're going to fight somebody else next. But it's close. We're going to get that fight. We're going to get it. And we're going to get it at the right time. You know why? Because I feel like if Boots gets those 2 tune-ups, by that time, Virgil's going to snatch a title. And then, yo, what if Virgil Ortiz goes after Bakhram Mortazaliev? John Parham, a slugfest for sure. You imagine that? If Virgil goes after Bakhram? J. Will, John Parham, you don't think Boots will counter Virgil all night when he tries coming in? Whoa. You see? I'm going to say this, man. I feel like Boots is the better boxer. Virgil can win the exchanges, a lot of exchanges on the inside, and land some big shots. But out of them 2, I say, nobody's going to dispute that Boots is the guy with the better footwork. And I think he's good, he's so good with that footwork that he'll be able to dictate the pace of that fight. I know Virgil's going to come forward and he's a pressure fighter. But remember, Boots is not a runner. He's moving while letting his hands go. And that's the thing. He's a big dude. Virgil's big, but Boots is big too. So it's not like Virgil's going to be fighting a shorter guy, a smaller guy. They both big guys. John Parham. Jay Will, I do. But Virgil will apply so much pressure. JJ's in the house. But to make it more interesting, one of them needs a belt. That's what I'm talking about. By the time Boots does those 2 tune-ups, I think Virgil's going to have a belt. And then here we go. Now we're fighting for a title. Chris Fontaine, salute. Salute, my brother. Bam. JJ's in the house. Good morning, Jay Smith. I'm here. Oh, I'm over here ready to bang. Juan Ocasio, I don't think so. Belt or not, people gonna watch. I mean, people gonna watch regardless, but a belt makes it a much bigger fight. And I guarantee you, a belt makes more people watch. Because you have to understand, Jerome Bruce Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, they're stars within the boxing community. But outside of the boxing community, a lot of people don't know them. So if they're not fighting for a title, there's a lot of people that won't tune in. John Parham, Juan de Building, Jay Will, John Parham, very well. Juan Ocasio, good morning, Box Center. Good morning, Juan Ocasio. Bam, Jay Will, Virgil and Boost, both are trained by some of the best. And it's not just trained by some of the best, they work with some of the best too. They get to spar with some of the best. Yo, Boost got Andy Cruz as part of his team. And Andy Cruz loved working with that team, so he's gonna stay with them. You imagine the high level boxing that goes down between Boots and this kid? Come on, bro. So I think they have both guys are in a great situation where they have a great team around them. And you're gonna see them continue to, like I said, man, look, Jerome Bruce Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, regardless of what happens when they fight each other, they're both gonna be main characters in boxing. And what I mean by that, they're gonna be the guys who hold titles the longest, the guys who win titles in multiple divisions, the guys who are always out there. They're gonna be that. They're gonna be what we're seeing right now going down with Teofimo, with Shakur, with Devin, where regardless of how much hate all three of them get, look how accomplished they are. And none of them are 30 years old. They're all 29 or younger. And they're all multiple division champs, unified champs. Devin is undisputed, so these guys are accomplishing like crazy. It's going to be just like that with Virgil and Boots. They're going to win titles, then they're going to win titles in different divisions. They're going to have the haters saying that they're a hype job. Come on. That's just the way that it plays out. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a highly competitive fight when they do face each other. The notion that either one is going to wash the other is crazy. You see how people are predicting a stoppage in the 9th, in the 10th, in the 11th? Okay, that says that you understand this is going to be a fight. Somebody say, oh, no, you're going to wash him and stop him like in the 4th or the 3rd. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, right? So I honestly believe that somebody's going to need a little 24-hour break. Watch me while you're on break, and you're going to find out. Watch me. That sounded like a little veggie salad material going on. What you say, John Parham? My peoples, look. Damn, another fake account from the veggie salad. My people, we still going back and forth about Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Bud Crawford. And I've heard the craziest logic on that fight just to hate on Terrence Crawford. It's insane what the people are saying out there. You know that there are groups, boxing groups, where, let's say 90% of the boxing group is fan of this person, so they always bashing these guys, right? There's a group, I'm not gonna name it, where it's like a very high percentage of tankomaniacs. JJ's in there has says, get him the fuck out of here. So there's boxing groups where there's a very high percentage of tankomaniacs. And I go to that group and I post about that fight, and I got people telling me, Imada 210, good morning, my brother. Bam. And I got people telling me in that group that Canelo Alvarez is washed up, that this is not a legacy fight because Canelo Alvarez already lost. I'm like, wait a minute. So, so all the great fighters that Muhammad Ali beat after he lost wasn't legacy fights because he had a loss? Or all the fighters who win fights over great fighters who already lost is not a legacy? So Floyd beating Canelo, Floyd beating Pac-Man, Cotto, De La Hoya, Zab, Mosley, those wasn't legacy fights because they already had an L on their record? He couldn't even respond to that. I could imagine his face looking goofy as hell. But my point is that just to make up a hate narrative, people will make up, yo, I heard that Terrence Crawford is on steroids. Yo, you see how, like, that's not even a thing? In that group, that shit is heavy, heavy. Nah, yo, nah, he over there. We know what he doing over there. Heavy. Heavy on all the crazy conspiracies that you can think of. So when you don't like a fighter, and I tell people, yo, when you don't like a fighter, if you know deep down inside that you don't like a fighter, it's even better not to make an opinion. Because when you don't like a fighter, a lot of times, you don't make an opinion based on the actual facts. You make an opinion based on what you want to see and how you want to see it. So you start formulating. Like, I got people telling me that, look, Crawford is on steroids, Canelo's washed up, Canelo is not that good anymore anyways. Anything to diminish Terrence Crawford's win. They already started the excuses. Nebraska Raw, greetings from the mean streets of North Omaha, Nebraska. Salute. Bam. John Parham, no way we shouldn't have over 10 likes. Damn, yo. 6 likes in 30 minutes? Damn. Y'all killing me out here. The same way that Tank Davis be ducking Shakur, some of you be ducking that like button. But I gotta tell you, my people, I gotta say it. Tank Davis and Shakur gotta fight, man. I know I just jumped right into it like that, but Tank Davis and Shakur gotta fight, man. I know that Rick Glazer told me, nah, look, they not gonna fight. Tank is gonna duck them forever. But I'm gonna keep clinging on to that hope. Real talk, my peoples. I'm gonna keep clinging on to that hope. Until Tank Davis retire, bro, I'm gonna cling on to that hope that fight could happen. If it don't happen, fuck it. We hurt. If Tank and Shakur don't fight, we hurt, my people. That's the reality. We hurt. But I'm going to stay hopeful. I am going to stay hopeful. Jay Will, a lot of Spence fans are still salty about that fight. I actually asked that question in that group because I just knew. I was like, yo, do people just hate Terrence Crawford more because of the way that he pummeled Spence? And you know they was having a field day with that one. Y'all know what it is. They got the Errol Spence car crash narrative going on still. And whatever else they could come up with to not give credit to Terrence Crawford. Look, I could never understand that, bro. Like, no matter what I think about a fighter, I could think whatever about a fighter. But if they get a big win, I'm the first one telling you, yo, that was a big-ass win. I'm the first one, bro. Real talk. So I don't understand. I don't even understand why. Take a little break. Take a little break, family, and you can keep watching me. Keep watching. Veggie salad. Nebraska Rug behind the woodshed beatdown. Bro, quite brutal. Brutal, I tell you. Jay Jones, do you see a way for Errol Spence to get back in the top 5 at 160? Honestly, I don't, my G. I don't, Jay Jones. And the reason why I don't see it is because Errol Spence been inactive for 2 years. He took a nasty, nasty beating in his last fight. And I just don't know if Errol Spence is going to be the same fighter. I just don't know. And then be the same fighters 2 divisions above from where he last fought, I don't know. In fact, I thought that he would come back to 154. That's what I would have expected. Come back to 154 and even get a couple of tune-ups. I know that Errol Spence in the past has spoken about he don't do tune-ups, but bro, you in your mid-30s with 2 years of inactivity. Yeah, tune-up is definitely needed. Circumstances change. When you young, strong, active, beating people ass, you don't need a tune-up. Right now, he need one. JJ's in their house. When Crawford wins, people are really going to hate him for sure. Oh my. If you see how much they hated him after he pummeled Errol. Imagine after he batters the face of boxing, bro. After he batters the face of boxing, that's it. The hate is going to pick up to an epic level. Braskarov, I don't want to see Spence get hurt anymore. He damaged goods. Look, if money-wise he good, I don't want to see him come back, to be honest. Of course, I respect his decision to come back if he does. You know, Errol Spence, one thing people forget about is that this guy's a great fighter. This guy unified 3 titles the hard way, fought 3 reigning champions. No email belt, no vacant title versus a cherry pick. He won those the hard way. There's not a lot of people in history that done that. 3 like that, bang, reigning champion, reigning champion, reigning champion. That's what Errol did. So you gotta respect that. If he chooses to come back, I respect him. I'm gonna respect it, and I'm gonna support that decision. If he chooses to, I don't want him to. I want him to, retire. You took a lot of punishment. I don't want to see you be it. If he comes back to a tune-up, a B-level opponent, I'm good with that. And you're gonna come back and look good, knock him out, bam, bam, bam. Awesome. But him coming back talking about Fedora, boots, or something crazy like that, hell no. Hell no. I don't want to see it. And when I say I don't want to see it, I'm not saying if they agree to fight, I'm not going to watch the fight. I'm going to call it. So to be more specific, I don't want it to happen. But if it happens, I'm going to support it. Jay Will, what I always respected about Spence is he never took tune-ups or long inactivity up until he stepped in the ring with Terrence Crawford. Now he's right around the corner to 2 years of inactivity. So essentially, Terrence Crawford retired him. You know, he never announced a retirement, but he's not fighting, and it's been 2 years. Technically, after that fight, he could have retired, been out for 2 years, or whatever time he's going to be out, and then unretired whenever he comes back. Just enough time for a retirement. Clifton Dennis, Spence versus Mendoza. Now, to be honest, I would like to see Spence versus Keith. Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman. I want to see that. I really want to see that. I want to see it. Braskarov, the accident video of Errol was nasty work. That's the thing, man. That accident, it looked way worse than what it was. People are clinging onto that accident. Didn't break a single bone in his body. Didn't have a single injury that was going to last years to heal. Not a single injury from that accident made it to any of those fights. So it shouldn't really even be brought up. It's only Crawford haters. It's really only Crawford haters who bring up the accident, to be honest. Nobody, like, the accident is incoherent. It's irrelevant to everybody else, except Crawford haters. Every time that fight come up, that accident is a mainstay. JJ said that Spence needs to take care of himself for the future. Not a good idea to come back. And one thing that I do like Errol said, I'll come back when I'm ready. That's what he said. Now think about it. When I'm ready, I'll come back. So if he doesn't feel ready to come back, maybe he won't. Or maybe he does feel ready and feels good and starts training and all that. But again, after getting, taking a beating like that, it's tough. People don't understand, y'all. People really don't understand what a beating like that can do to a person. Clifton Dennis. Thurman could be dangerous. That's a fact. No. Thurman is dangerous. Because if we saw him in his last fight, Keith Thurman looked like the same Keith Thurman that fought Danny Garcia. Fast, sharp, stopped his opponent brutally. Young kid, undefeated kid. Well, you know, a young fighter without a lot of experience. I gotta say, an Australian kid who hasn't been on the big stage or anything like that. But still, coming off of inactivity, Keith Thurman looked like his old self. Real good. So, we know that there's been back and forth between Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. At one point, Errol wanted to fight him. Keith didn't give him an opportunity. Then Errol got the belts. And Keith wanted a shot. Errol was like, nah, buddy. You remember when I wanted a shot? And you didn't want to give it to me? Hold that down. I don't want to fight you. I'm not fucking with you. Yo, it's funny the way that things play out, my peoples. Because I want you to consider this. When Errol Spence was coming up and he was calling out Keith Thurman, Keith was saying he ain't fight nobody. He need a belt. When he grab a belt, come talk to me. And we can make it happen. Then Errol Spence went and grabbed the belt. Beat Kell Brook. What's up, Keith? Now Keith was like, come on, he ain't beat nobody. He ain't beat nobody. That guy, what? Kell Brook, whatever. You got to beat somebody, you want to fight me. So it's like Keith put every excuse under the sun to not fight Errol. But then Errol collected them 3 belts. Now Keith was like, yo, I want to fight. I want to fight Errol. I want to fight him. When he didn't have a title. And Errol Spence gave him the same dose. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I wanted to see that fight. I wanted to see Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence. But when Keith ducked him the way that he did, and Errol gave him the same medicine, I was like, yeah, I'm with it. He didn't want to give you a shot. Don't give him shit. Let him sit it out now. Earn your shot, buddy. So the fight, it did not happen. Well, now circumstances have changed. Neither one is a champion. Both of them took a loss. Both of them have experienced inactivity after taking their loss. Now is a time perfect for Errol Spence and Keith Thurman to meet each other. Perfect. Keith don't got an opponent. Errol don't got an opponent. This is it right here. If the fight is ever going to happen, I think this is it right here. This is the moment. Y'all both in your mid-30s. The timing is great. Neither one has an opponent lined up. Make that happen. Juan Ocasio, weren't they both under PBC? How that fight not happen? Because Errol didn't want to fight him. Errol gave him up. That's how Errol gave him payback for not giving him an opportunity. So, yeah, they both PBC fighters, but Errol was like, you know what? You played me. Because that's the thing, man. Keith said, I'm going to fight you, grab a title, and we can make it happen. And when Errol did that, he still was having the excuses. Because you got to remember, there was a time where Keith Thurman was the guy at PBC. Folks don't realize that because, you know, he's years removed from that. It was years ago that he lost to Manny Pacquiao and lost his undefeated record. But Keith Thurman was the guy. Remember when he beat Sean Porter, beat Danny Garcia, and beat the other guys that was there? It was Keith one time who was out there doing it. That's it. It was PBC was his. He was the main guy. And Errol wanted his shot. And he was like, nah, buddy. You can't get a shot. You can't get one. But Keith know why he didn't want to fight Errol at that time. He know why he didn't want to fight Errol. JJ's in the house. Smells like, get him the fuck out of here. For Rand. Doug, what do you think about Andre Ward? Great fighter. Jay Jones, Thurman was exciting. Yeah, man. Keith Thurman. The thing about Keith is that He can stand there and bang with you. He can box you. He can apply pressure. He can do it all. And then the footwork. And Keith is the guy that will be backing away and punching. He always let his hands go. He backing away. Punk. 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 He letting them hands fly every time out. Braskarog. I'm born in the BX, Kingsbridge, and Co-op City. I live in North Omaha now. And it ain't sweet. That's where Bud is from. Terrence Crawford. My peoples. We're gonna make some predictions, y'all. We gotta make some predictions. Tell you that shit right now. Tell you that right now. We gotta make some predictions. Hold on. Hold on. Damn. It takes 10 seconds to type. That's it. They in that group, my people's going ham with the hate on Terrence Crawford. Jesus Christ. What? I don't know. I don't know why the hate. I don't know why the hate. I don't know why the hate, my peoples. But I will tell you. I will tell you. I got a feeling that the reaction from Terrence Crawford beating Canelo is going to be exactly identical to the reaction of Terrence Crawford beating Errol Spence. It's going to be the same reaction. Watch. Watch, my peoples. Watch. They're going to disappear. Oh, matter of fact, look, I'm gonna even show you guys the excuses. I'm going to show you guys the excuses. John Parham, Thurman not ducking no smoke. Look, man, right now, Keith Thurman, I think that because he's been down for such a long time, think about it, it's been years since Keith was a champion. How many years ago? So I think because of that, he's feeling that pressure to wanna perform at the highest level, to wanna win a title. So Keith, right now, he's about that smoke. He's searching. He's searching. Whoa, Braska Dog with the super chat vibes. Let me give you my patented line, my brother. That paper is not gonna make you poorer. It's not gonna make me richer. But it shows that you appreciate what I'm doing out here. I appreciate you, my brother. What you got to say for me? Greetings from mean streets of North Omaha, Nebraska. Woo, my peoples. My peoples. The streets of Terrence Bud Crawford. The mean streets of Terrence Bud Crawford. Omaha, Nebraska. North Omaha, Nebraska is in the building. Clifton Dennis. Did you see the clip from Canelo basically saying Bud is the best boxer he ever had to fight over Floyd and Bivol? I honestly, I don't put that much weight on that clip, and I say that because you can find different clips where he's saying different things. You know, you can also find a clip where he's saying Crawford is going to be easy work for him. So, you know, it just depends what type of mood. One day he could be giving credit and saying, yo, this guy, he's him. And the next day he's like, oh, no, it's going to be easy work. Easy work. So you just never know. Superman. Bud speculators going crazy. And that date on the paperwork was incorrect. But it doesn't matter. These guys are fiending. We gonna see, bro. My Dolly, hi. Bam. Chris Fonton. Clifton, Canelo was trolling. JJ's in the house. Salad is paying to stay on channel. I told you, man. Veggie Salad, man, is spending so much time creating accounts after account. Mr. Veggie in the building. The Hydro Grind. Good morning, my people. Happy Monday. Let's make this week the best one ever. Let's make it. Let's make it, my peoples. A quick sidebar, because y'all know boxing for breakfast, we talking boxing. But a quick sidebar, my people. A quick sidebar. No matter how, no matter how old you is, you can always do whatever you want to do. Don't slip and be doing some shit you don't want to be doing and settle for that shit. A lot of people do that. A lot of people have a job that they hate. For example, damn, I hate this job. You don't have to be at that job if you don't want to. You could find a job doing something you like. So my peoples, remember that. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do in life. Quick sidebar just to say that. And Superman said, hit the Lizzies. Hit them Lizzies. Boing, boing, boing. Do what the hell you want to do, my peoples. Don't be, look, you don't want to be the guy who's working somewhere and spend your whole life like, damn, man, I wish I could have did this. I wish I could have did that. I wish I could have did that. My peoples, I started fucking with this boxing shit when I was 43 years old. I'm talking about creating content. I'm not talking about actual boxing. I started creating content at 43 years old. So why some people think at 43 you done whatever you're doing, that's it for you. I started at 43. And watch me. Watch what I'm about to do. Starting at 43. You start doing whatever you want to do whenever you want to. John Parham, I'm sure over 70% of us in here don't like our job. And guess what? I was part of that 70%. I love my job. I gotta tell you, and I'm not talking about this because I'm creating content, but creating content, I'm not making money like that. I'm not making money like that. So I got a 9 to 5, and I love my job because it's creating. I'm a content creator. I'm a content creator by profession. So I get to use my creativity for work. That's why if you see my short videos, you'll notice that there's different elements. You know, there's usually music. There's, you know, the visuals, images, you know, whatever, maybe graphics. That, you know, I use what I've learned in my real job for content creation. So that's why you see my shorts look the way that they look. So I love my job, but I don't love my job the way I love boxing. I mean, let me be real with y'all. But again, my peoples, at any time you want, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can do whatever you want, my peoples. I know people who started following their dream when they were 60. When they were 60, it was like, yo, nah, man, I'm tired of this shit. This is what I really want to do. I'm going to go do it. So do what you want to do, my people. Yo, hold on, because I want a receipt for that one. We was talking about it, but y'all think y'all slick. Y'all didn't give me no prediction. Y'all didn't really say what's good. Y'all think y'all slick. I'm going to need them prediction, my peoples. Ooh, Road Dog. Yo, this Road Dog, free me. Road Dog is in the building, my peoples. Raw Dog is in the building. My peoples, let me tell y'all real quick. Raw Dog is somebody who I blocked because I thought he was somebody else. I thought he was the vegetable salad, and I had to block him. But it turns out that Raw Dog is a real G. And he know his boxing shit. So what that means is that I'm going to grab my laptop, right? I told Raw Dog I was going to unblock him. Last week, I've been told him, I'm going to block you, I got you. And I haven't unblocked him. And let me tell you something, my peoples. With time, I promise you, you're going to find out that Jay Smith is a person of his word. If I tell you something, if I tell you I'm going to do something, the world could be collapsing, falling off the orbit at light speed. And I'm going to still get it done. It don't matter to me. When I say I'm going to do something, Raw Dog, you best believe it's going to get done. To me, your word mean more than money. Because money, you can spend it and it be gone. But your word, you either have it or you don't. When I say I'm doing, so when you say you're going to do something, my people, make sure you do that shit. do that shit. Don't ever tell somebody you're gonna do something and not do it. Because that means that your word is gonna be worthless from that point on. John Parham, Chris, I ride around making sure flaggers are doing the job and set up right. I started as a flagger myself. Oh no, my peoples. We gonna get Raw Dog in the building live on the show. Got my laptop over here. Here we go. Get comfortable. My people, what fight is do we got fights next Saturday? I gotta get myself updated so we can talk about these fights, man. Let me know, chat. What's going on this weekend coming up? Ah, shit, man. Look at this. So, this laptop ran out of batteries. But, no problem. We're gonna grab another laptop. That's not gonna be a problem. We're gonna grab another laptop, ladies and gentlemen. And we're gonna unblock Raw Dog. The fuck is that laptop, man? Here we go. So that one didn't work out, but this one will. Ha ha. I think I gotta be a little bit. I gotta be a little bit more responsible with charging my laptops. Well, but the work laptop, that one is always charged. So I just gotta be responsible with my laptop. The Hydra grind. I think the next fights are August 16th. Who's fighting? Who's fighting on that date, my brother? Damn. We got crows over here. I don't want to get attacked by a damn crow. Superman, where you get all the laptops, Jay Smith? So, I got a work laptop, right? And then I got another work laptop that used to be my work laptop, but I don't use it for work anymore. And then I got my personal laptop. The Hydro Grind, Nick Ball versus Sam Goodman. Ooh, I like that fight. I like that fight. Here we go, my peoples. Let's make it. Let's find Raw Dog and unblock him. My peoples, y'all gonna see me unblock Raw Dog live on the show. I'm actually put y'all to see that he's being unblocked. By the way, I don't know if I ever seen anybody unblocking somebody during the show, but this shit is different over here. Now, dang, we got these birds over here fighting. Yo, hold on, man, because I forgot how to unblock accounts. Now I gotta Google that shit. I got you, Raw Dog. Hold on. That's the thing about me. What I don't know, I figure it out. Find a way. That's what it's about. I don't know how to unblock an account. Google that shit. It's gonna be some easy ass steps. Holy shit. YouTube University, that shit. Hold on, my people. God damn. Okay, log. And to YouTube Studio, select settings. From the back. Community tab. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, my people's Raw Dog is about to be unblocked. Yo, listen, my peoples. Not only am I gonna unblock Raw Dog, but I'm gonna show you a list. I'm gonna show you a list of the people that are blocked. JJ's in there. You're gonna see the list of the people that are blocked. Yo, probably like 10 of those is the veggie salad. Team SLY Me TV. Salute, my brother. Appreciate you dropping in, man. So, my peoples, to everybody who tuned in right now, I'm about to unblock Raw Dog. That's somebody who I blocked because I thought he was somebody else. And I'm going to unblock. This is the first time that I unblock somebody live during the show. And I'm going to show you the list of people that are blocked that are going to stay blocked. So, here we go, my peoples. Check this out. I'm going to look for Raw Dog in front of you. And I'm going to unblock him in front of you. Check it. Boom. Here we go, my peoples. Everybody you see right there is blocked. All those names. Goofballs. Let me look for Raw Dog real quick, man. He don't deserve this. Raw Dog don't deserve this, my people. Look at this bunch of goofballs. Some of them might not be goofballs, but they landed in the goofball list. Raw Dog about to come through, my peoples. Let's find Raw Dog. Damn, man, I've been blocking them. My peoples. Let's find Raw Dog. Where is Raw Dog, my people? Oh, there's Raw Dog, my peoples. Look at Raw Dog right there. What do you say, my peoples? Do we unblock Raw Dog? We got to make a vote, ladies and gentlemen. We got to make a vote, ladies and gentlemen. Are we going to unblock Raw Dog? Right now, put it in the chat. Should Raw Dog be unblocked? Is that a yes or a no? Team SLY Me TV. This is the same Raw Dog that be in all the chats. Superman, yes, sir. John Parham, bell has been posted. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Raw Dog has posted bell. Boom! Raw Dog has been unblocked, ladies and gentlemen. He can now join the chat. And as you can see, we're going to continue to show you the rest of the goofball list, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these, all these goofballs. All these goofballs. Look, ladies and gentlemen. We have finally understood that Raw Dog does not belong in the list of goofballs. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all these goofballs. Look at them. Look. Goofball after goofball who cannot enjoy this great quality content. Look at all those goofballs, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I call the goofball list. You've witnessed it with your own eyes. There you have it. Historic moment for Box Center, for Boxing for Breakfast. You guys got to see the first unblocked user, and that was Raw Dog. He kept it real. He's in the building. Let's get this laptop out of here now. We don't need you no more. Well, my peoples, there you go. Raw Dog, you see it. Kept my word. That's what I do. Jalku Elias. Hi. Raw Dog is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Raw Dog is in the building. Raw Dog is in the building. Man, Raw Dog, grab your damn wrench and stop playing. Grab your damn wrench. Should have been had it anyways. Should have been had your wrench anyways. Here we go, my peoples. Here we go, my peoples. The man himself is back. Raw Dog is in the building. Salute, my brother. Bam. Oh, he had to get that wrench. He had to get it. That had to be done. It was only right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, that Raw Dog is back in the building. It's the perfect moment for y'all to tell me. But I gotta grab my phone because I need my receipt before I even ask. I need my receipt before I even ask. There will be a receipt and your words will be taken into consideration. Here's the magic question for each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the magic question. How? I don't want you to tell me who's going to win. Forget about who's going to win, my peoples. How is Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. going to end? How? I don't want to hear, oh, this guy's going to win or that guy's going to win. How? Is this fight going to go the distance? Is the referee going to stop it? Is somebody going to go to sleep? How is this fight going to happen? Superman, who ate breakfast before breakfast? John Parham, JJ, I got something for his ass if he tried. I was waiting for the JJ famous line, for the patented JJ line. Team SAY, Me TV, decision. Whoa, you got a decision? Okay. Pat Greedy, final bell. Whoa, another decision. Clifton Dennis, Devin by UD. Unanimous decision. Oh, he going to do it comfortably on Brian Norman Jr.? Domingo Bonilla, Norman by KO. Devin by points. Okay, one or the other. If it goes the distance, you got it for Devin. Stoppage, Brian Norman Jr. The Hydro Grind, Haney versus Norman in one emoji. Bro, I can't see the emoji. It's not happening? Is that what you're saying? I can't. Damn, yo, hold on. Am I not seeing the emoji? Oh, you playing with me, bro. Oh, my God, a bicycle emoji. You, man, why you got to do it like that? A bicycle emoji? Why you? Are you saying Brian Norman Jr. is going to run from Devin? Carlos Perez, buenos dias, J. Smith, buen dia. Superman, KO. This fight's going to finish by devastating blow. JJ's in the house. Norman wins by ninth round stoppage. Look, I've seen a few people saying it's a stoppage. Superman says KO. So Superman got somebody going to sleep. Somebody going to sleep. So I'm going to say to the people that are saying, anybody who said that this fight is going to be a stoppage, I want to know this. Is it going to be a stoppage because the referee pulled the plug? Or is it like somebody going to sleep kind of stoppage? Chris Fontaine, I've got Dev on the cards. Domingo Bonilla, it's a bike. Damn, who you got riding the bike though? Brian Norman Jr. is going to ride a bike? That's cold. That's cold. Y'all cold for that. The Hydro Grind, we all know who's going to run. Clifton Dennis. I don't know why y'all think Norman Y'all go. I don't know why y'all think Norman. Y'all gonna be wrong. You think Devin's gonna outbox him? Domingo Bonilla. If Norman can cut the ring off, it'll be a long night for Devin. Pat Greedy. I think Haney is gonna be real strong at 147. I mean, he looks real good. You know, the videos that I've seen, he looks real good. He looks strong. We'll see. JJ's in the house. Superman has extra vision. X-ray vision. John Parham. Norman in 9. Cause of Dev electricity. Damn, he cut the lights off. Pull the plug and just cold-blooded. The Hydro Grind. Haney by decision in cold-blooded marathon succession. Oh no, in a cold-blooded marathon session. Damn, yo, why you gotta do it like that, Hydro Grind? When I heard cold-blooded, I'm like, oh my God, Devin's gonna beat him up. Oh, cold-blooded marathon session. You cold for that. Listen. I'm gonna do it like this for you guys, my people. I'm gonna do it for you like this. For those who think that this fight is gonna end by knockout, I want you to give me your best trash talk of how you think it's gonna be. Give me your best trash talk. He gonna beat his ass? Is it gonna be a brutal knockout? Is it gonna be a wicked beating? What do you think this is gonna be if you think it's gonna be a knockout? Let's get to trash talking, man. Pull out your rocket launchers and shoot the trash talking missiles. How does this fight really end? Let's stop the softness. Oh no, you know he's gonna beat him. He's gonna outbox him. Is he gonna beat him up? That's what I want to know. Is it gonna be quite brutal? John Parham. Anybody in here see the movie Life? Them going to the upper room. Raw dog. Devin is gonna beat like a slab of. Oh, now you're wrong. Devin's gonna get beat like a slab of meat in Rocky. Damn, yo, Brian Norman Jr. gonna take him to the freezer? JJ's in the house. J. Smith, can you please read my message? You know I can't. You know it. JJ's in the house. Haney's gonna be sponsored by Schwinn Bike. Domingo Bonilla. When Norman fought Boca Chica, I didn't see Norman as special, but Norman looked like he got 50% better since that fight. Bohachuk, I mean, look, I think that Bohachuk is a tough opponent. I felt like Brian Norman did look good. He just had a tough opponent. But we're going to see. He looked special in his last couple of fights. Clifton Dennis, you went to Border War, bro? Border War, I don't even know what that is, my guy, to be honest. John Parham, anybody here see? I got that one. I got that one. Agent 17, what's good? Good morning, y'all. What's good, Agent 17? Yo, Agent 17, in case you want to chime in, we're expressing how is Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. going to end, but in your best trash talk. You can't tell me, oh, he's going to go the distance, or he's going to be by stoppage. Is somebody getting beat up? Is somebody getting slept? What you got to say? Superman, Bill is already prepared to run. John Ocasio, I've never seen Norman fight. Just highlights. Oh, man, so you don't know what you missed out. Well, his last fight, it was like the whole fight was like a highlight because he knocked the guy out in the first round. But I suggest, my brother, look up his last fight, which it doesn't last more than 3 minutes. It finishes in the first round, so you can watch it real quick. Look up that fight when you have time. And the one before that, which went a few rounds, and he finished it with a devastating blow. Nasty knockout. See those fights. And then you can see Brian Norman Jr. is a special fighter, my guy. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Superman, but that running ain't gonna be enough. We'll see, man. Because the thing is, people say Devin is going to run, run, run. But you got to remember, Devin is the type of fighter. He's going to use that footwork. But if you pressure him, he's going to fight back. He's not the type of fighter that's going to shell or just try to just keep running faster. He's going to fight back. And I'll refer you to Vasyl Lomachenko. Vasyl Lomachenko is a fighter who has great footwork, too. He's up there with Devin Haney when it comes to the footwork. So you're not just going to, outmaneuver him in the ring. This guy's just as good as you. Or some could argue that he's even better when it comes to the feet. So Brian Norman Jr., I'm not going to say he's better than Devin Haney, but he has real good footwork. And that's going to put, I believe, Devin Haney in a situation where he's going to have to fight. Where he's going to have to, of course, he'll have to pick and choose when to exchange and when to use that lateral movement and that footwork. But he's going to have to exchange a lot of the times. Team SLY Me TV. If Devin comes up with a disciplined game plan and can get respect, I think Haney can win this fight, but it will be tough. Bro, it's going to be a super tough fight. And you know what? It's going to be a tough fight for Brian Norman Jr. because he's going to have to decipher. He's going to have to find that range. You know Devin is real. He's a master at using that range on you. Brian Norman Jr. is going to have to find it. And if you have a cautious Devin Haney in front of you, he's hard to hit, my peoples. Let's keep it real. A cautious Devin Haney is hard to hit, y'all. It's tough. Agent 17. I think Haney getting slapped if he ain't gonna run. If he ain't gonna run. The hydro grind. To be honest, I feel that mentally Devin is not the same since the Ryan fight. He is so scared to get hit and humiliated. So, look, there's two ways to look at his last fight. I know that versus Jose Ramirez, he used a lot of the footwork, used a lot of the movement, and people are going to view that as running. But I want to give you a different perspective, and I really want you to analyze it, right? Because you could see me criticizing Devin, but I'm no Devin hater. Like I always tell people, I don't hate on fighters. I just call it how I see it, in my opinion. I want you to think about this. Devin Haney is a fighter who, outside of his fight with Ryan Garcia, he's never been in a showdown where you thought that he got gifted the win, you thought he lost, you thought he's been consistent throughout his career. And then you see now at this stage of his career, Lomachenko, Regis Prograis, now Jose Ramirez. Devin Haney's an elite level fighter, but what I want you to consider is this. That last fight, instead of saying that he was scared and that he was running, we can also say that he fought smart. Bear with me here. Bear with me. He took a nasty, nasty beating to Ryan Garcia. That was a nasty beating. And it would not be in the best of his interest for his health to come back to a very next fight and take that type of punishment to the head. A year after taking that type of beating. So, for his health, that was actually the smart fight to make. If we're taking into account, you want this guy to be good after his career is over. You want his head, his brain to be working, his speech to be normal, his motor functions to be good. That fight was a masterclass. Because after taking nasty punishment, he came back in his very next fight and made sure that he did not do that. That was important. So, that's what I would say. Was he scared or just being smart, staying away from punishment? I would say he was being smart. That's the smart thing to do. Don't stand there, take some punches that could change the rest of your life. Finish that fight stuttering and shit. And even walking funny. So that was a smart fight. John Parham. When Death feel Brian Power, he gonna choke up. JJ's in that. Can't hook with a hooker. Oh man, you see that's a problem. You hook with a hooker, and he's gonna hook you up. Jay Jones. It was a smart fight. Errol should have done that. John Parham, PTSD will set in. And that's the problem. Once somebody has PTSD, there is no cure for it. That's it. That's a life thing. So, and to be honest, with the type of beating that Errol Spence took, I honestly feel like he may have walked out of there with something. I feel like, honestly, and that's why, if you think about it, and I've said it before, Errol Spence, after that fight, when was the last time you see him talking on camera or having a conversation or being in an interview where he's just talking? If you think about it, my peoples, Errol Spence lost to Terrence Crawford almost 2 years ago, and we haven't really seen him talking like that. Like, just openly talking. We haven't seen him in 2 years. And Errol Spence was a guy, I follow him on social media. Errol Spence was a guy that used to be very active on Instagram. Very active. I remember when there was a time he was rolling with Yellow Beezy. He was active. And then out of nowhere, boom. What happened? Where's Errol? That's it. That's it, my people. Right after the Terrence Crawford fight, the Instagram Errol Spence had was deactivated, and that's it. He never went back on Instagram again. I think he's on Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. But he never went back to IG after that. So that made me feel like, yo, if Errol is not out there like that, if we not seeing him, I don't think he's right. I think maybe he could be stuttering a little bit more, or maybe there's got to be something, a reason why he went from a guy who was always posting, always in front of the camera, always talking to the camera, yo, the big dog, the big fish, and, Errol Spence, a great trash talker, took that beating, and we never seen him again. We rarely see a new image or a clip. I remember the first time we saw a video of Errol Spence was like him across the street. And somebody saying, nah, look, he's alright, look at him right there. But you can't really see him up close. You can't really hear him talking or anything like that. Domingo Bonilla, pero Devin Haney, his face and his movement look scared. If he wanted to box, he could box like Shakur does. Use the ring with confidence, not like fear. I mean, you gotta remember, that's what it looked like, but it doesn't necessarily mean that he was scared. But because you gotta think about it, you're talking about an emotion, because fear is an emotion. But at the end of the day, the way that he fought led to him taking the least amount of damage possible. He didn't take no damage in that fight. Devin Haney did not take one big punch. They say, boom, oh shit, they got him. That never happened once. So whether you say he was scared or not, which is something that you can't really say, you don't know, but we know that he didn't get hit. That's a fact, my brother. So I think that was important for him, and he accomplished it. Didn't get hit. Chris Fontaine, shit, you haven't even seen Errol in no crowd watching fights, really. Nobody really talks about that, or at least I haven't seen nobody talk about it. I feel like, I swear, my peoples, I feel like I'm the only person that has ever spoke about it. Like, the way that Errol Spence disappeared, nobody really talks about it. Right after the fight, his IG was deactivated. And the first time that we saw him after the fight, it was like a month. I was posting, like, yo, I'm worried about Errol. Where's Errol? What's Errol? What's going on? Yo, they would not let you see Errol, bro. You could not see him. And I'm not saying in person, obviously, but if it's a guy who's posting every day on social media, I'm thinking at least a week or two later, when the swelling goes down, he's going to be like, guys, I'm good. We're going to fight again. We're going to be champions again. You know how champions do when they lose for the first time. Errol disappeared totally. And then when we started seeing him, it was like somebody recorded him from across the street or somebody recorded him from a little bit far, and never him just talking directly to the camera. And even right now, whatever video is out there of Errol is kind of very limited. There isn't, videos like we used to see before. Him hanging out with the other fighters, talking, joking around. We don't see that no more. Clifton Dennis, he's posted a little lately. Exactly, but think about it, Clifton. From the moment he fought until the moment you see him posting, how long has it been? How much time did it need? In seclusion, in hiding, basically. Tough fight. Clifton Dennis, remember him arguing with Tank at the Frank Martin press conference? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's what we've seen. Look how far back. Like, when was that fight? Like, he's been out for 2 years, and the video that we've seen is sprinkled around. It's not really what it used to be before he fought Crawford. The Errol Spence that we've seen after that fight, it doesn't seem like the same guy. But he's also not the same guy, maybe because he's, focusing a little bit more on the family, staying home a little bit more, that kind of thing, maybe. But he doesn't seem like the same guy because, again, Errol Spence was a guy that was like this on social media all the time. What's up? You're not seeing that no more. After he took that ass whooping, that's it. Juan Ocasio, that's true. And he had dreads. JJ's in the house. Sucks to say Spence is done. Honestly, man, it looks like he is done. He may not be. He may not be. Because we can't forget about, Errol Spence's skills and what he accomplished in boxing. But can his body handle the punishment that comes with boxing? I don't know. Giovanni Walker. Good morning, chat. Good morning, Giovanni. T-Man Toss. So must he retire? I mean, in my opinion, me, I think Errol Spence should retire. In my opinion. And I say that because I've been watching boxing for a long time, and I've seen fighters take a beating like the one he took and never be the same again after that beating. So if he is able to regain his health, it just take one big punch, and Errol Spence will never be the same again. One. Boom. It's like taking a lot of punishment. That fight with Crawford, he can't take another beating like that, and you're risking it. Every time you step in the ring, because this is the thing. If Errol step in the ring and he just pummels his opponent, knock him out in the 5th round, that's nothing. Awesome. But if the fight goes the other way around and he gets dominated and take a lot of shots to the head, that could be a problem. A bad problem. Juan Ocasio, I feel like a lot of the fighters are scared of losing because of public backlash, because of media, than actually losing nowadays. I think that's part of it. Fighters want to stay undefeated. But I don't think that topic of conversation applies to Errol, because in this case, it's a fighter that took a nasty beating. So I think even other fighters who saw that beating is like, yo, call it a day, bro. You don't need another one of those. Giovanni Walker, the big fish that Spence was before Crawford is now a small guppy in a big pond. I'm telling you. Errol Spence, you know, took a nasty, nasty beating. Can he come back from that? And 2 years of inactivity? The odds are against him. The odds are against him. Raw dog, Spence appears to be in great shape. He's been in the gym. He's been, who was it? I said it was Frank Martin. Frank Martin said that he'd be going to the gym, that he'd be training, but there's a thing mentally. That he's going to the gym and training, but I don't think he's fighting no time soon. He's not in it. He's not, you know, talking about making a fight, trying to make a fight. He's just, you know, working on, focusing on his family, investments, you know, properties that he's bought. And that's it. He's focusing on setting up the next stage of his life from where he's no longer boxing. And in the process of setting that stage up, he might decide, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I'm making good money. I'm making good money. Flip. Salute, Jay. Salute, chat. Flip. Appreciate you, fam. Bam. John Parham. Social media is crucial to all sports. Come on now. Social media is a way for fighters to get popularized, number one, a lot faster, and number two, fighters who wouldn't even have an opportunity to be known get their flowers because of social media. JJ's in the house. John, any salad left at the buffet, or is it all gone now? Man, at least don't let it be veggie salad, man, because that's it. I'm done with vegetable salad. Done. Give me the coditos. Give me the potato salad with the eggs. We ain't doing the veggie salad. Domingo Bonilla. I don't know, but that car accident he had was already slurring his words after the accident. He didn't break any bones, but that night his life is forever changed. I didn't see it that way simply because he beat 2 world champions right after that. The accident means nothing. You beat 2 world champions, the accident disappeared already. So it cannot come back for him to fight Crawford. John Parham, one more like for 20. My peoples, let's get to 20 likes, man. There's somebody in here right now who been ducking that like button. Just hit it. Just hit it. Bam. Don't hesitate. Don't think about it too much. Bam. Hit it. Hit that joint. What the hell? Golly. Yo, why people be tagging you in the crazy, like, this is a boxing page. And my channel is in my Instagram boxing, Facebook boxing. Why would you send me this? She don't look like a boxer to me. Flip. Jay, can you tell me why my wrench was removed? I've been here since day one. I think we wasn't able to verify, Flip. I was trying to get you to verify. You refused, or I don't know what happened. Let's verify right now. I'll get you your friend, your wrench. Oh, I don't know if you. I don't know, man. I think you was on some hating shit. What was it that Flip? Or did you not verify? Did you verify? Tell me if you didn't verify. Maybe it was because of that. I can't remember, bro. JJ's in the house. Nice. Let's go. Don't be a tank duck. Hit the like button. That's what I'm talking about. Superman. Silly goofballs. Yo, I'm telling you, that goofball list is growing every day. Growing and growing, my peoples. Juan Ocasio. Danny Garcia went through the same thing after losing that time to Spence. And Danny Garcia took a lot of punishment in that fight. He took some big shots. Took some big shots. But he was competitive too, and he had his moments. Frontline. Smith, chat, fam. Salute, my brother. Boom. Domingo Bonilla, I'm sure he suffered brain damage that night. Come on, Domingo. Look, you're saying you're sure he suffered brain damage. That's not a fact. Now you're turning a conspiracy into what you want to believe. You cannot be sure that he suffered brain damage when there's nothing been posted about him suffering brain damage. That's the first thing. The second thing, Nobody in Errol Spence or Errol Spence's camp has hinted in any way, shape, or form that he had brain damage. So for you to say that's crazy. Like, I don't even know how to respond to that, bro. I don't know. I don't know how a guy with brain damage you think came back and beat 2 world champions, but okay, buddy. You're entitled to believe whatever you want, Domingo Bonilla. You're entitled to it. John Parent, Jay Smith, I already vouched for Flip before. Oh, word? Okay, Flip. Where Flip at? Flip, Jay, can you tell me why my wrench? Okay, yo, Flip, here you go. John say you good. Bam. Flip got his wrench, my peoples. So you know what? I think Flip maybe got his wrench when everybody got their wrench took. Raw dog. Spence's whole face was beat red. Yet the worst injury he suffered to his face was missing teeth. And missing teeth wasn't going to affect how you fight. Domingo Bonilla, the slurring of his words is proof. That's not proof of anything. That shit could be proof that he was drinking that lean. Or did you not know that he was hanging out with Yellow Beezy? And that's what they do out there, drinking lean? And what does lean do to you? Make you slur your words, bro. You seen this nigga drinking lean and you think, oh, it's the car accident, And he just high as hell. John Parham, Flip is solid and active in the boxing community. Flip is in the building, bro. And he got that wrench. So stop with the Errol Spence conspiracies about an accident that didn't really have anything to do with the fight. Nothing to do with the fight. The hydro grind. I never seen Flip here before. Yeah, he been here. I took his wrench when I took everybody's wrench when the veggie salad was acting up. Oh, man. My peoples. Raw dog. Bradley versus Provodnikov was brain damage. Damn, yo. That was like a brain damage type of fight. And I'm talking about, there's fights that is like brain damage for both fighters type of fight. That's one of them. It's like they both. But I'm going to tell you what. Tim Bradley, he went to like, I don't know, to a hospital, to a doctor or something like that. And they checked him out and he has something. And I think, I'm not sure if it was him, but I think it was. And he said, I got to take, I think it was Andre Berto. That they already told him, yeah, you had a lot of concussions and you got to take care of yourself. But when it comes to Bradley, my peoples, with the type of fights he had, the type of punishment that he took, I'm surprised that you see him on TV, you see him on those shows, and he's so concise when he's talking. He's so precise, so clear, so professional. Yo, salute to Tim Bradley. Whether you agree with his opinion or not, Tim Bradley, Desert Storm, world champion, elite level fighter, accomplished as a professional, and now, in front of the camera, he's killing it. Whether you agree with his opinion or not, but when you see him do his thing, he's killing it. I wish it would be an honor for me to sit across from that dude. Tim Bradley, salute. Bam. Domingo Bonilla, do you think Bohachuk beat Virgil? I feel like Bohachuk won that fight. Nah. He didn't beat him. I didn't see him win that fight. I would say he was competitive. Definitely was competitive. He didn't win. That always happens. I think every time an elite level fighter wins by close margin, people are always going to say they lost. Always. It's just like, look at Crawford. There's people that say Madrimov beat him. Look at Shakur. There's people that say De Los Santos beat him. Look at Tank. Pitbull beat him. So every time a top-level guy is in a close fight, people are going to say they lost. That's just the way it is. Domingo Bonilla. Remember when Zab Judah fought his last fight? Homie almost didn't make it. He had brain bleed, and he can't fight anymore. Of course, my brother. Of course. Zab Judah, that's my guy. Some of you know this already. Some of you don't. but I trained in Gleason's gym. So I met Zab Judah when he had like maybe like 10, 11 professional fights. I was actually at the gym when Zab fought for the title, for his first title and won. He was fighting at HBO. So I know, actually, Zab and I follow each other on social media. He's the first fighter to join me on the show. I hit him up. I was like, yo, Zab. And he was like, I got you. Let's do it. And he came to the show, politic with me for a minute. So that's my guy right there. And I tell you what, Zab Judah is a fighter who he don't get his flowers like he should, if you think about it. Because look at the names that he faced. People only think about the fights that he lost, but look at the fights that he won, the people that he beat, the titles that he won, the amount of divisions that he conquered in. Come on, Zab Judah, he's an icon. An icon, a Brooklyn icon. It's Mike. Look, I'm gonna put it to you like this: in Brooklyn, New York, it's Mike Tyson and Zab Judah. Believe it. JJ's in the house. Yes, Gleason's gym. Oh my God, I love that gym so much, bro. John Parham. Zab is that dude, yo. It's like I told y'all, man. People tend to think about when fighters lost or when they didn't. They forget about what they actually did. Zab was quick, strong. Good morning, Ryan. Hold on, my people. I gotta say good morning to my little one right here. Good morning. Give me a hug, little. I love you. Yeah, I'm feeling good now. I feel okay. Yeah, you like my glasses? You like it? Oh, you want one of these? You want one? A green one you want? Okay, I'm gonna get you. Oh, you gonna say good morning to the people? John Pound, Superman. You remember Norman Sr. called out Tim? Damn. Norman Sr. Ándame con más. Está lindo, muchachito lindo. Muchacho lindo, muchacho lindo. ¿Ah? ¿Qué? Está bien.
Papá.
¿Qué tú quieres? ¿Me busco un purecito de yautía? ¿Te busco algo?
No, vale la pena desayunarme a la que de
Papá, yo te
desayunar, que le hago análisis y me voy a cambiar ahí.
Está bien.
¿Tú terminaste?
Ya casi estoy terminando. My peoples, let me tell you something, my peoples. Ryan Enzo, he want me to finish the show. And I love boxing with all my heart. Here's the one thing that I love more than boxing. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. Y'all know, I know you guys know how much I love the sweet science, but right there, I love that more than the sweet science. He's telling me he want me. So I gotta go, my people. Look. You see, he want me. He want his daddy. Ryan Enzo want his daddy, my people. So I gotta go. So before I get out of here, I want to say thank you to everybody who always tune in, who always show love, who always support Jay Smith. I appreciate every single one of you guys, man. I want to give a shout out, as always. Before I say goodbye, I like to give a shout out because that's my way of showing you that I know you guys appreciate what I'm doing and I appreciate you. So let me start off with the general of Box Center, Mr. John Parham. Salute my brother, Juan Ocasio, my brother, JJ Zendejas, the Hydro Grind, everybody else, man, everybody else. I can't see shit. But everybody else who tuned in, man, I really appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love. Tonight, I am going to go live around 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I am going to be sending out the link. So if you want to jump in, you want to argue, you want to trash talk, you want to debate, tonight we're going to be on it. My peoples, y'all already know what it is. This is Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage. I'm going to finish right now. Let me finish right now. I'm going to say goodbye to them. Look. My peoples, you see it? I'm Jay Smith. This is Ryan Enzo. Boxing for Breakfast, where you get your healthy dosage of sweet science early in the morning. We out of here, my peoples. Peace. You want to say peace?
Ya terminaste.
Ya terminé. Ya le dijimos bye bye.
Bye bye.